Morning, girls. How we doing? We are back here again with Amberlynn Reid, and this is part 3 of the Q&A series. We're already halfway through, so we're basically this right now, this very second. This is the hump day of the Q&A series, so we're nearly through, guys. I could barely remember anything that happened in the last two. I remember she pretended to have been struck by lightning that hit outside her house or something, and somehow went through the power lines into her brain. I mean, yeah, okay. She's blamed everything on her BPD. She's talked about Billie Eilish. Probably about 3/4 of the questions are Billie Eilish related. Most of the questions seem to be entirely made up, and no one cares about anything she's talking about. And it's, like I said, the only one we haven't had of her usual question, because it's like, well, what band are you listening to? What TV shows have you watched recently? Would you consider cutting your hair? Just that shit over and over. The only one we haven't had is like, what is your favorite color? Eliza Honomy, calling out specific reaction channels, and updates on Rarity, part 3. Updates on Rarity is going to be, once again, her saying that, haven't found her, Tommy's still looking, oh my god, I really hope we find her, however, I can't give updates. Calling out specific reaction channels. I'm assuming she's probably not going to, because she doesn't like to give them screen time. That's pretty much it. There are a couple she will mention, because they are, like, big enough at this point, but she'll never mention, like, smaller ones. Like, I think she was in, like, I think there's someone who gets, like, a couple hundred views per video, and she was in one of their live streams for some reason. I don't know, because I don't even remember who the person is. I just heard that she had been in someone's. I can't remember who maybe it was Ankle had mentioned it, or Lord it's Jordy or Snowflake. I can't remember. But, like, I remember someone saying that she had done that. She's not going to mention smaller reaction channels. She might mention, like, Zach. She might mention Lord it's Jordy or Snowflake, because they're, like, the biggest. And I think she probably really hits the Ankle, because the Ankle goes really hard. So I don't think she'll mention him, because she doesn't want them to get attention. It's like, I remember not long before she went into hospital, I think it was in 2022, maybe it was. I think maybe 2022. It was before Vlogmas. She needed, like, drama, because it was getting to, like, the best time of the year to make money on YouTube, and she pretended she had to be rushed to hospital because of serious medical issues. And I think Lord is Jordy didn't believe her, and had pointed out that her outfit was the same across 2 different days, and she, like, called him out and talked in depth about his video, but said, I'm not gonna say his name, because I don't want anyone going and watching his video. And it's just like, well, that makes it sound like you're scared of what people will hear if you don't want people to go and check it out. But she thinks it's like she doesn't want to shout out them. Eliza Honomy, that's so vague. Let's go.
Hello. Welcome to part 3 of a 4-part series where I answer 100 of your guys' questions, 25 per each video.
She's, like, trying to do, like, poses as she's going through, like it's like a TikTok, like, NPC challenge or something like that. And it's just kind of weird, because it's like, it's one of those things where, like, I used to edit videos, you always be like, can I add a little transition or something like that to make this more visually interesting? It feels like she's just doing that, but with her hands.
And I do have a few disclaimers. I chose to do this because I promised you guys that I would upload every other day, but for the next 10 days, I'm gonna be super busy, so I'm not gonna have...
Well, you're not gonna be super busy. Your girlfriend is coming over to visit. The girlfriend you just spent 3 months with 2 weeks ago, so it's not like, I haven't seen my girlfriend in 6 years, so I just need to spend every second... 2 weeks ago, you were with her for 3 months straight. So, I'm sorry, can we not do this, like, weird role play where you're just gonna be, like, viciously writing for 10 days straight? And also, when have you ever given a shit about promises to your audience before?
Any time to edit, but I definitely will have time to film, so you don't have to worry about that. So to keep my promise, I am pre-filming, so...
But you never film anyway. Like, you just don't. You never film. Also, you said that you always, like, edit in bed. Oh, sorry, how could I forget? They're definitely having the sex in the bed now, so that's obviously why she can't edit. But anytime you film, when you're out with Tommy, you don't do anything, and you always say you don't film because you're having too much fun.
So in the best way that I knew how, I was like, let's do some Q&As for now. So if you haven't seen my other 2, they're already posted. Things get a little juicy.
Not really. I think it's the saddest part is, like, not really, and that's probably why they only have, like, 30,000 views each. Because they don't really get juicy.
And we're going to continue getting juicy. And I feel like in part 4, we might get even juicier. So let's do it. All right, First question. What kind of ASMR do you watch on YouTube? Lately.
Oh, guys, it's getting so juicy right now. So she can go like, or something like that at the fucking camera.
I've been really loving, like, certain perfectionist, like, final touches of, like, the hair. I don't know what it is, but I'm telling you, it's so calming when, like...
What? Like, the way she talked about it, it was like she's watching, like, America's Next Top Model or something like that, or Glow Up. Wasn't that what the one in the UK was called? Like, when they did makeup. It sounds like you're talking about that. What is the final touches? What do you do for ASMR with that?
They do, like, curls, and they, like, move the hair like this, and, like, just, like, perfect little tiny little movements. That's why it's called...
You guys know I don't do ASMR. I thought ASMR was about like very specific sounds into the microphone. Like it's like, oh, they move your hair slightly because it's them finishing your makeup. And it's like, okay, well, firstly, I don't know what noises that would create. That's meant to get the whole like meridian response thing, because people seem to forget what ASMR actually stands for something. It is like what audiosensory meridian response. It's actually meant to have like a response in your body to these certain noises. That's what people are talking about, like triggers and shit like that. And it's, I don't know what noise is being done, but it's like she does a curling iron. It's like, does that really produce a lot of noise? And the type of noise that ASMR would do. ASMR is usually quite like brushing noises and tapping noises and stuff like, you know, gulping noises. That's usually what you see. I've never heard of someone say curling iron noises. It really gets me going. It gets me up the runway. I also think if she does like watching stuff like that, she's only watching stuff like that because she likes to think she's like a supermodel who is getting her hair done right before she goes out into the catwalk.
Called ASMR Perfectionist or whatever. Oh my god, it's so good and calming. 10 out of 10 recommend. What are some of your hobbies lately? I've been into scrapbooking.
I've been into eating, mainly when Tommy asked me to.
Journaling, Legos, doodling.
So like literally none. Like no hobbies like whatsoever. If you're just like, this is all like kind of like bit bullshitty busy work stuff you kind of do very quickly. None of it's like deep, you know?
Yeah, that's about it. What's your love language or favorite way to be loved? So for the longest, I thought words
vicious fingering. You might as well say that because like for you, anytime you talk about your relationship with Tommy, it's so weird that it's so like, oh my god, baby, oh stop it. And it's like just trying to imply that you're just like uncontrollable sexual beings who are just constantly riding.
Words of affirmation was like top 2 of my love languages, but it's not. It's actually like 3rd. My number 1 love language, I think, is physical touch. Like with the right person, like I cannot touch you enough. You cannot touch me enough.
Yeah, okay, so like I said, it's just sexual.
Like, let's be in each other's skin. And then my second love language is definitely quality time. I feel like that is so freaking important. It's not even funny. Quality time.
My love language is you always being near me. She sounds like a yandere. If anyone doesn't know anime terms, there's like the deres, and it's like all these different like stereotypes or archetypes of women. So usually there's like a tsundere, so it's like sun and dere. Dere means love. Sun is like, I can't remember what it is. But it's like, it's the girl likes the guy but doesn't want to admit it. So they're kind of rude and standoffish, but with like an undercurrent of they are interested in the guy. It's kind of like the whole negging thing, I guess, from like the manosphere shite. Yandere is like crazy like girlfriends who just want to like own you and like spend all their time with you. And if another girl flirts with you, they're going to murder that girl because you're theirs. She sounds like that. It's like constant touching and like, I want to always be with you. That's my love language. It's like, all right, bro, calm down.
0 distractions, just you and your partner to connect.
And yes, I'm sitting here looking on my other screen because I have ASMR Perfectionist hair fixing, lint roller finishing touches styling with autumn/fall photo shoot. What the fuck is this wank? Let's check you out. That's so freaky. You're weird.
Mentally, physically, emotionally.
I hate ASMR so much. You're weirdos.
Through laughter, deep conversations, fun, etc., etc. In other ways, I love to be loved. That isn't even part of like the love language list.
Do you know how boring, Amber, this is how boring your fucking thing is. I decided to look up what ASMR was. I decided to go and put on an ASMR video here to be like, I wonder what the fuck it was talking about with that perfectionist ASMR shite, to see if it was even real, whilst you're talking about this incredibly fake relationship you've got on. But yes, I love language, love with touching and being together and, you know, stuff like I don't fucking care. If I'm being really honest with you, I don't care.
Like just understanding and patience and kindness and just like a gentle love. That's genuinely important to me. Do you follow trends with the clothing you wear? No.
Does she look like she could follow trends?
No. Most trends, I'm not gonna lie to you, and I'm not here to judge, but yes, the trends, you know what? Pop off. You do you. You look great.
Well, you don't. So if you think they look great, maybe you should follow their trends. When she said like, you know, she was gonna not judge, I was waiting for phobia to come into it or something like that she can't follow trends because trends are generally for like, you know, younger, thinner, more attractive girls. That's kind of what a lot of clothing trends kind of fall in line with. But like, I don't know. I don't really follow like trends, so I don't really know. Maybe there are like super weird or interesting trends going on right now. I think in Japan they made that resurgence of the trend where women like wear the bras on the outside of their tops. I've seen that before. I'm not sure if that made it to America. That would be kind of a weird trend. But like Amber looks like dog shit, so I don't see why she's out here like criticizing other people's trends.
If you love what you wear, you automatically look beautiful to me. But they're not for me. I have my own stuff.
Remember when you were in the restaurant and you were criticizing, in your head obviously because you're a pussy so you won't do it to their face, but you were criticizing another girl for being fat. I'm so glad that anytime you look at a girl and she seems happy, oh, you're beautiful to me, then it's fine.
Style. Sometimes I don't even understand my own style. If I see it and I wear it and I like it and I love it, I'm gonna keep wearing it. I don't care what anybody says out there. What do you actually need a planner for? That sounds like a little bit of
Well, I'm just going to say that, yeah, no, it is a little bit shade, because 100% it is shade, because, like, what do you actually need a planner for? You don't have a life. Like, so, they're right. But yeah, the reason why you won't change your style or your trend or anything like that is because you think you're a trendsetter. You're a narcissist. That's why it's not because I won't take that criticism. It's because you just don't accept criticism.
shade.
It is
So I
shade.
like to plan YouTube videos. You guys don't know this.
No,
but
you don't.
I have like a whole list of things that I want to talk about in vlog.
What are you talking about? Everything you talk about is reactionary to something that has just happened. So, like, what are you talking about? The interesting quote-unquote things that you randomly throw in, or if it's like suddenly on the news a lot that there's like spaceships seen over Dallas or something like that. People talking about conspiracy theories to do with like orbs seen over Dallas. She'll appear like a couple days later and go like, oh, so what's all that about spaceships over Dallas? Kind of freaky. I hope aliens coming out. I'll do the Fortnite dance with them and have buzz balls, which I think is nearly word for word what she said one time when she was talking about alien sightings that were really popular in the news at that time. What does she plan? What does she do? You are based off when your mom is available to take you out of the house. There's no planning from you involved.
Or show in vlogs, or what do I want to do in vlogs?
What?
I'm also a very to-do list oriented.
Sure, well, you don't do anything with your life. So what is there to do in your life?
Type of girly, whether it's things around the house or things I'm doing with my mom or things that I have to do just to remind myself, because
things to do with your mom. My mom will come out and pick me up and I will do my shopping and then we will have food and then we go bingo. Maybe casino. Ah, God, that needs at least 3 planner pages right there.
my memory is not good. So I use a planner to plan. How often do you use your tarot cards?
I love that she literally had nothing there to justify why she needs a planner. It's, I plan in depth for my YouTube videos, even though her YouTube videos are often just her sitting on a couch complaining about something that happened the day before she filmed them. Or, I don't know, literally what I explained. Her plans with her mom is just what she then puts in the YouTube video. And it's just like, it's based on when her mom's available.
I only ever use them when I truly feel like the universe is like, I want to tell you something, or if I want the universe to tell me something, because it's not always the universe coming to me and being like, girly pop, like, we need to talk. Sometimes it's like me saying, we need to talk. I genuinely feel like with
I don't really even have anything to add here because it's just so... It's so fake because she hasn't mentioned tarot cards since she got them. I remember her getting them from Amazon. You know, the best place to pick up your magic cards. Amazon. So, I just realized I have tarot cards now. Do I? I had to check. I got, Okami Mio is one of my favorite girls from Hololive. And for one of her birthday things, I'm pretty sure it came with a tarot deck. I just never opened it because I don't really open collectibles a lot. But I'm pretty sure it came with a tarot deck. Maybe she did a tarot card and using Okami Mio. She does all the Hololive readings.
the tarot cards that I have, like, I have treated them with like the kindness you need to treat your tarot cards. I might have been a little neglectful. I'm currently actively staring at them because they're on my bookshelf.
It's because you bought them as a decoration. Because you bought them from Amazon. They were a you got them like a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago. It was at least a full year ago because it was after the Feline breakup.
And just know that I love you guys. I do. Maybe I should get them out tonight because I'm feeling guilty. It's been like easily over a month, maybe even longer. Oh my God, it's been since.
No, it's been over a year because you got them as something to randomly do one video. You know what you said you planned shit in your diary? That's one of the few things I think, you actually planned to do that because you bought them and brought them in to do them for one video and then never do them again.
Before I went to Wisconsin, I do believe that if you treat your tarot cards right, like they'll treat you right and they'll connect with the universe even.
I love she just suddenly is just like, yeah, I do tarot card readings. Yeah, I just do, I guess. This person who's in no way like spiritual at all. It's like, yeah, I just do tarot card readings. Why not?
More. I know to some people, like, you probably think I'm crazy and you don't believe in that, but everyone has their different beliefs. I would never judge someone based on what they.
I believe that you're a terrible person Please do not judge me for my belief.
They believe, and I hope they would do the same for me and they won't judge me. And it's really crazy because I feel like I have like matured a lot spiritually. I used to not really believe in tarot readings or
How are we getting like a minute out of it? I was thinking, this is so bad. I'm not going to really say anything. We'll let her quickly answer this and get her out of the way. We are still going with her pretending to do tarot card readings.
tarot cards or really anything about it. But I'm telling you, that was years ago. But as time went on, I felt more compelled to get my own deck of cards and to treat them in the way they deserve and to come at it with like a sense of respect.
Oh my god, seriously, chat fucking GBT went into overtime for this answer.
And understanding. Every single time I have done a tarot reading on myself, whether the reading was bad or good, I'm definitely going to be like, someone asked me that question. So thank you to the person asking that question. What were your animal?
Yes, I skipped. I don't care. I do not care about her weird LARP that totes for real, guys. She's into tarot card readings and also does readings on herself and how the universe is doing for her. Bro, this is the first time she's mentioned them since she got them. Stop it.
Crossing eras like. So I've had 3 Animal Crossing eras where I played obsessively. The first time ever was...
I should have just stayed with the fucking tarot cards. We're on to talking about Animal Crossing. Really?
I know I was living in Virginia.
I'm sorry, who's meant to be asking these questions? Is this one of your 6-year-old followers? How's Animal Crossing going for you?
And I would play like obsessively. So that was the first time.
Oh my.
And then the other...
Remember she started this video by going, it got very juicy during this Q&A. We're talking about Animal Crossing.
The other 2 times is when I was living in Kentucky. And since then, haven't touched it. Do you think lesbians can be non-binary? Of course. Do you still smoke Delta 8? And are you...
Who asked that question? Who asked these? Who came to her as the ambassador of the lesbians? Who? Who would take her opinion seriously? Is that a subtle thing to see how she answered it? Because obviously she was like transphobic to do with Casey.
Are you going to stop when you start semaglutide? I do still smoke. I definitely don't smoke as much as I used to.
Sure.
And I will be more than likely stopping when I start semaglutide.
Why are you only more than likely stopping with your vaping and smoking THC or whatever the fuck it is when you start semaglutide? Because you said the reason the first time semaglutide didn't work at all for you was because you were taking THC, which I don't know if it's real or not, but I'm going to say magically, because I like that word, magically stopped the semaglutide from working. And it only worked the last time you did it because you also quit THC, but now you're back to it. For some reason, out of the 2 of them, she chose THC over semaglutide. You know, semaglutide thing is going to save her life. She decided to pick THC instead. But this time, I might quit. Even though you said it was the reason it didn't work the first time.
Delta 8 gives me the munchies, and it would be counterproductive. Is that the right word? It'll be counterproductive to be taking semaglutide, but then also smoking Delta 8. Like, it doesn't make sense. If you plateau...
Why are you only maybe quitting?
On semaglutide this time, will you still keep taking it? Last time I took semaglutide, it stopped working because the syringes I got were pre-filled, which you're not supposed to do that because when you pre-fill a syringe, it expires in 28.
They're pre-filled, which you're not meant to do. I think you are meant to do that because I think I'm gonna go out in a limb here. It wasn't like it's called a medical spa. I guarantee they know more about this than you do, and if they chose to do it that way, you fucked it up somehow. I think someone came into my comment section and let me know, oh, well, actually, she did have enough, but she was meant to increase her dose over time, but she just decided not to do it and tried to make the vials like stretch longer and longer. And because she didn't up her dose, it just stopped working on her, and then the other ones expired.
8 days. And through the med spa that I went, they acted as if that was okay. And I know a lot of people were asking, like, did you see a doctor?
They acted as if they're okay, these fucking... What do they think they are? Professionals? They're not me!
The person was actually an RN, so they knew what they were talking about, but no one's a robot. People make mistakes. 28 days is...
I love somehow it is their fault. They're the ones who must have made the mistake. This company, this professional company that does this for a living... No, definitely they made mistakes. Not Amber. Can you imagine this woman making a mistake?
Like 4 weeks. And for 4 weeks, the syringes were working. Week 5, I felt nothing. So that is when I doubled my dose. I still felt nothing. And when you double your dose, oh honey, you feel something. So that's when I was like, something just doesn't seem right to me. And I had 13...
And I had to sit there and think about how it definitely wasn't my fault.
Pre-filled syringes. So that's 13 weeks worth. And that's like way past expiration.
Well, no, not if you increase the dose. Then it's not 13 weeks.
Expiration date. At that point, potency, non-existent. But to answer your question, if I plateau on semaglutide, will I keep taking it? Yes. Are there any updates on rarity? Sadly, no. In my actual gut. And
in my gut, holds her hand to her heart. You know what? Yeah, because you don't think with your heart. You aren't a normal human. You do think with your gut.
Soul and heart. I really do believe that someone found her and they're loving on her.
Look at her sitting smirking. Look at, oh my fucking God, you're a monster. She's sitting smirking away the entire time she says this. I don't know. I know a lot of people think that she knows that Rarity's dead or Rarity got eaten by one of like Tommy's dogs or something like that. I don't know. I don't know. I think she'd give her away or something like that. I don't know. It's very suspicious. Like, maybe they moved, because obviously the intention is to move in together. And I suspect this 3 months was probably like their travel run to see how the animals all got on with each other. And I wonder if Rarity was the only one that had issues. Because Rarity, Wasabi just seems to go and hide in a corner. Rarity, it was the kind of the more forward one based on what I saw in the videos. So I'm assuming maybe Rarity is the one who didn't get on with the rest of the little pack, the little household. And Amber was like, oh, well, she's got to go.
They're feeding her, and she has water
Look at her
and warmth
smirking!
and love and laughter and comfort.
Oh my God, she's sitting there smirking and smiling away this entire time. What a
Everything I
psycho!
once gave her.
Everything I once gave her, hope and happiness and all. I love that she stopped to suck her own dick in the middle of this apparent emotional scene.
I really believe that someone else is doing the same. For now,
Yep.
I will have her home one
For now, but I'll somehow find her.
day. Like, I do believe that. And
No.
I'm putting out.
Look at her smirking away. Oh my God. It's so funny when you see her smirking away. Because clearly she has the ability to like make her eyes water like a fraction of an amount. But Jesus, it is so funny to see the smirk coming through constantly.
The positivity that I can. Whew, I need a minute. Have you ever been
You need several acting lessons.
assessed or evaluated for ADHD? Because, girl, I see all
Well, no. Do you ever get assessed for BPD? You know, nothing you claim that you have, what you weren't assessed for.
the signs in you. So I have been
I love it's just like, oh yeah, definitely. Here's another thing for you. That's definitely what someone was asking in this Q&A. Someone showing up and saying, Amber, you definitely have yet another mental illness that you're going to use as a defense and shield. That was definitely a question that some real person asked.
assessed by a psychologist, and the psychologist then said, you need to be like actively evaluated because you show signs, as that person said. And this was when
Oh my God, as that person said, are you a psychologist?
was living in Kentucky. So I had scheduled an appointment, but it was literally for 6 months away. And
Sure.
I ended up moving because me and my girlfriend at the time broke up. And I was
That's so crazy. God, Beck, God damn it. Is she trying to blame Beck? Was Beck Kentucky? She's trying to blame her for not being diagnosed with ADHD, which she totes for real has. Even though, like, she just doesn't. I'm sorry, I don't really see it. Like, I don't see it at all. She seems like fine, I guess. Her saying, like, she gets bored watching, like, movies on YouTube videos. I remember that ridiculous claim that she made where she was pretending, well, like, one of the many times she was pretending to have ADHD, and she made the claim that she can't watch a video for more than 1 minute at a time on 2 times speed, and she had 30 tabs open, and she would watch 1 minute of each at 2 times speed and rotate through them because she has no idea what ADHD actually is. I love it though. For getting diagnosed with ADHD, it's like, oh, I couldn't get that done. It was 6 months in the future. But BPD, she saw a psychologist for like a week apparently and was just immediately diagnosed.
ready for a change. I did not belong in Kentucky anymore. And I think I had like 3 months to go until my appointment. But obviously, since I moved, I wasn't able to attend the appointment. So I still have not been
Damn it,
evaluated.
Becky.
Do you have any updates on the article you were interviewed for? Nope. I have not been contacted since I did the interview.
Wow, it's almost like it's fake.
Where is Wasabi? More than likely, he's laying on the bed. How did you find out Santa wasn't real? So I was laying in the living room. Broke as I was putting Santa's gifts out, though, so she was in labor for like Christmas. Literally the best curvy. Like,
I'm sorry, even I remember that fucking question. How do you find that Santa wasn't real? She was lying there waiting for Santa, fell asleep, her mom came in, her water broke while she was like putting out the fucking presents or some bullshit like that. Who is asking these fake questions? Oh yes, Amber.
thick thighs, like good hips.
Sorry, what?
The healthiest I could be. I see body type in the world. And I was 100% the healthiest I could be. I still would not want to be skinny. My favorite body type is like chunky, like
Sure.
curvy, like thick thighs, like good hips, pretty big butt.
Are you aware that most people consider them like thin nowadays? That because of people like Amberlynn, the goalpost of what fat is has really shifted. Because back when people used to say, my girlfriend's like thin, they would describe like someone who's like a stick, you know? But nowadays, that is like the standard beauty standard is wide hips, thick thighs, a big ass. That is like the standard beauty standard now. No one looks at those girls and thinks they're chunky or fat or anything like that.
I don't want to be skinny for me. I think every body type is beautiful. Skinny, chunky,
Clearly.
fat, whatever it may be. Like, I think you are
Why don't you date someone your size then?
absolutely gorgeous. But for myself, like, I want some curves. I want some meat. I want my partner to grab onto my chunk. What?
Yeah, well, it's because your current partner's a feeder. That's why you want that.
When is the last time you watched Karina Kaboom? I'm telling you, the last time I
Yesterday?
watched her, I think, was during live stream era.
Or yesterday. Yes, I think Really Kaboom, like, she uploads, I think, daily, so yesterday.
3 X's ago, like even before Feline. I don't like that
Wow,
woman.
sure.
I hate everything about that woman. Like, no tea, no shade, but what is going on with her? I chose to like be like, I cannot do this anymore. Like, she puts me in the biggest negative headspace. So I said,
Well, so Karina Kaboom's the flavor of the week then for hating the most out of all reaction channels.
I'm actively removing myself from the situation.
Didn't you actively remove yourself from the old Lord It's Jordy situation, however you were in his chat the other day?
And I have not watched her since. So it's literally
Sure.
been years. Are you for or against abortion? I am pro-choice. Will you get another pet anytime soon? No, absolutely not. I'm still
No, I'm just getting Tommy's 3 when she moves in with me. Duh, idiots. That's why I had to get rid of Rarity.
waiting for Rarity to come home. What's the
Sure.
last hypocritical thing you've heard recently that involves another YouTuber? So I don't know if you guys know who this is, but Nikki and Gabby are 2 twins
I
that
don't
have
know.
done YouTube for so long, probably even longer than me, and I've been on YouTube for a
I'm sorry, who? Like, obviously, you know, like she was talking about her little planner earlier on. I think this is one of the planner things that she was talking about, or planning bullshit to talk about. Because I don't think anyone asked the questions, what is the most hypocritical thing that another YouTuber has done recently that you wish to talk about? Because why would anyone firstly give a shit about her opinion on that? And who would ask randomly the hypocritical thing that you've seen them do? Because that doesn't even fit into, like, maybe people said, like, another YouTuber who lies to their audience, something like that, which is something she does, you know? That would kind of make sense as like a bait thing, but hypocritical doesn't make sense. So obviously this is something she wants to talk about, but it's pretending it's her viewers' fault for her talking about this.
11 years. But either way, they've been on YouTube for literally forever. And they used to do a ton of videos. Like, they had like their own channel. Now they have like 2 separate channels because they decided not to make videos together anymore. But
Wow.
regardless, they would get so many views, like millions of views. Like, they were part of like the most
Oh
famous
my
YouTubers.
God.
Like, they would go to like Tarte brands and like Bora Bora because like companies
This is actual torture.
would pay for them to do that. And like, they were like part of that group, right? Well, Nikki has recently came out on her TikTok and like confessed all of these lies. I'm like talking crazy things that like Nikki and Gabby both lied about. And like,
Wow, that's crazy. It's so lucky that, you know, that random person decided to ask you this question right after this story comes out. Like, literally right afterwards. It's right after a story that you've been personally following comes out. That's really lucky.
like faked in their videos. Like, so many things that it literally has left my jaw on the floor. Like, and I still
Wow. Oscar goes to, like, I'm sorry. Like, I'm shocked and stunned that a YouTuber came out and revealed that videos were fake. It's like, yeah, just like fucking nearly every YouTuber. Like, what?
have not picked it up. Can someone pick it up for me? And I think the
French.
reason why my jaw is still sitting on the floor is because no that I've lied about, and here are the reasons why I've
Yeah.
done it. That has haunted me. Like there's no tomorrow. Like, people still to this day bring it
Yeah.
up, and it's been like 8 years.
Are we seriously getting 2 Q&A videos in a row? And yes, I skipped him because I just cannot pretend to give a shit about her very, very slowly doing a comedy routine just to try and hide the fact that she once again wants to complain about, like, last time was literally Trisha Paytas lied. This one is literally like, oh, these other YouTubers also lied and people are picking on me. It's like, yeah. Do you not realize that they're different? Do you not realize that they're, like, different because you're still lying? You're still there lying, and also one of your lies was claiming someone raped you?
Now. But Nikki and Gabby lied about even worse and even more.
No, they didn't. You lied about someone raping you. Did either of them in their YouTube videos, did either of them get raped or claim to get raped? I doubt it.
And people are just gagged. We're just gagged. Oh my God. And like, nobody cares. I'm like,
Okay, fantastic. I'm sorry, but, like, everyone in the world knows that most YouTube videos are fake. Those, like, public freakout ones, often fake. The people going out and doing, like, stupid reactions and stupid gimmicks in public, often fake. Those, like, oh, a man plays a piano when someone comes up and goes like, oh my God, are you playing Gurenge from Demon Slayer, can I join in? And then they fucking pull out an entire cello and just start playing along. It's like, yeah, it's fucking fake, bro.
Like, I don't know what planet, as Yo Mama says, am I in the upside down? Like, am I in the upside down? Am I living in the upside down right now? And
Wow, so I guess you're still watching Your Mama. I thought you'd taken a step back from watching reaction channels.
as a viewer, like, I'm hurt. I'm like, what? You lied about all of that, and all of that was fake and like orchestrated. And I'm just like, what is going on? I can't be the only one that's upset, but
So, she's like low IQ. Like, I kind of have to go with that, just. That's my best argument. So, she's saying she's upset because these random people I've literally never heard of before lied and exaggerated shit in their videos that apparently people don't think's that big an issue, but Amber's very upset about it. However, Amber is upset about people bringing up that she lies in her videos and does awful things in her videos, but people should just get over it. Because I guess she's perfect, I guess, in her head. Well, what was the point of that?
according to how everyone's reacting, everyone's totally fine with it. Totally cool. You know what? You're skinny, you're beautiful. Go ahead and lie.
Oh, it's
totally fine.
Okay, it's about fat phobia. Okay. How can I forgot it's one of the only arguments she ever has. Must be fat phobia, not because Amber accused someone of raping her.
Fine. Why do you nervously laugh around Tommy so much? I'm never.
She doesn't nervously laugh. She laughs to try and act like she's enjoying herself. It's not a nervous laugh. Like, maybe that one seems like it might be a real one, or it could be her trying to, like, recontextualize it, and also just so she can talk about how pure her love is with Tommy. But she doesn't nervously laugh. She laughs, like, to try and make it seem like they have a better relationship. She does the same with Mama Lynn.
Never nervous around Tommy. When I'm laughing around Tommy, it's because I'm happy.
You should be nervous around Tommy. Tommy's literally trying to kill you.
I'm genuinely, like, so happy. I just can't stop laughing. That's a good sign. Like, I want to.
No, it's just fake. That's the point. So it was her who asked this question because she's trying to recontextualize the laughing.
Continue smiling. I want to continue laughing. I want to continue joking. Like, Tommy isn't just my lover, my partner, my this, my that. She is my best friend. And I want to always have fun with her. Even doing stupid things like trying eggnog, and I'm just like giggling like a schoolgirl.
Oh my god, silly things like trying eggnog, the thing you've done 17 other times before, and it's also just eggnog. See, this is what I said about her trying to, like, make things seem bigger than they are and more important and more loving than they are. That trying eggnog was, like, a special memory, even though the video afterwards she admitted that she had actually tried eggnog several times before.
Girl, it's because I'm happy. Like, she genuinely makes me feel good when I'm around her, and I want it to stay that way. Are you still friends with Alexis, and can we get an update on that?
We've already answered that.
We are still friends. We are not as close as we used to be. I think that I do have, like, a wall up, and I think...
What are we talking? Literally, she's already answered this question, and it was a different answer. In part one, she answered this question and said that, like, we don't need to talk about it, we're fine, we put it all behind ourselves, we've moved on. Now it's like, yeah, I'm not really that close to her anymore.
She knows. Obviously, like, the trust there, due to the betrayal, like, there's no trust there, you know? And I think she knows that, and I think she feels bad, but I think she's being patient, and she's being understanding, and she's being kind, and just, like, not forcing anything, which is what I appreciate. Like, I genuinely care about Alexis.
I don't think anyone cares about Alexis, including you. I think probably including Alexis based on what I've seen of her. Like, I'm sorry, Alexis is like the most boring side character who's ever existed. Because they're just an Amberlynn wannabe. And that's kind of pathetic. Because imagine, like, okay, being a fucking, like, fat loser like Alexis. Okay, fine. But imagine being, like, a fat loser like Alexis and looking at this fat loser and being like, there you go, that's goals.
And I love her, and I know she feels the same for me. So I'm glad that I was able to forgive her, and we were able to hang out quite a few times and, like, have a...
Clearly, you haven't forgiven her. If you have a wall up around her and say that she's betrayed you, then you haven't forgiven her.
Great time. But I think it's going to take a while before things ever get back to how they were, if they ever do. Who are some of your favorite YouTubers right now? Life Plus Cindy. I don't know what it is, but I don't know. I love her videos. Pink Vlogs, which is Pink Sparkles, but her vlog channel, and also Yo Mama. So I'd say those are my top 3 right now. How big is your bush?
So... Well, funny. So, her favorite YouTubers are Life Plus Cindy. I'm assuming that must be a vlog channel. Another vlog channel and a reaction channel who insult people that she doesn't like. It kind of screams terminally online to me.
I have a dainty bush. If you could ask Jordy one single question and have him answer honestly and without bias or trying to impress his audience, what question would you ask? Okay,
so, like, you wrote this question as well, because I don't think anyone else works off, because this is literally her wording anytime she is criticizing a reaction channel, that they're all biased, that they're all doing stuff in the public because they're trying to impress their audience, those are all her thoughts, so she wrote this.
Ask him. Honestly, there's a lot. I have a whole interview I could give him. Trust.
Wow,
Jordy,
cool.
hello.
French.
I know you're watching. I know you're watching by yourself first. And then you like to watch again while you're reacting, which is weird because why can't you just watch the first time during your reaction?
Some people don't like that because I've had people tell me before that I should do my watch-alongs first, which I don't do. Because see, I like to do it as like a totally genuine, just off-the-cuff reaction, but obviously this is an entertainment method. So there are some people who watch it first because they want to think of jokes, because, you know, you're trying to make the audience laugh, you're trying to engage with the audience. Sometimes you watch it first because you want to be able to do a bit of research. Because if like me, for example, I'm watching Amber, and Amber could make a claim, and I'm like, I think she's lying, but I'm not really sure. I think so. And I usually have to go, like, guys, I'm not really sure. Maybe if you say in the comments or something like that, oh, she's messed up or something, because I don't know. But there are other people who will watch first, and then they will watch later on. And when she lies, they'll be like, she already said, she said this, and I already have the clip ready to show that she's lying. It's an entertainment method. Some people put time and effort into it. Unfortunately, I'm not one of those people, but some people put time and effort into making it enjoyable for their audience. Amber, I know you wouldn't understand.
Is it because you have to think of things to say and to complain about and to nitpick and all the little fat jokes you make? Is that what it is? You have to
I don't think he has to think about fat jokes, okay? Those are the easiest bit of any reaction. Come on.
like ponder that while you're playing your little World of Warcraft in your mom's basement. Don't
Oh my god, he makes more money than you do. Sorry, did that just slip out there, Amber, in your mom's basement? Lisa's mom didn't abandon him. Oh, let's take fucking burn. Also, World of Warcraft, you don't play with a controller. I'm just fucking saying.
answer that because that's not the question. My question is, you say that you want, the best for me. You want me to go on semaglutide and lose the weight. You say that
I think he probably also wants you to therapy so you can stop being such a bastard.
you're just a reaction channel and you're reacting to just, me as a person, and supposedly I'm just not a good person and all that. But what makes you better? Every 1 minute or 2 minutes, you have a fat joke. A very mean fat joke.
That's a mean joke. That's probably why he's better. Because if he's just making a mean joke, mean jokes are fine. Like boo-hoo. If you're upset by them, don't watch him. It's a joke. If he was showing up at your house and bludgeoning you with a fucking iron bar, yeah, that's fucked up and that's weird. If he's making a joke and you're getting upset because you're choosing to watch him when you know his humor does not align with your humor, that's really a you problem. You're the one who accused someone of raping you. That was you. You're the one who's lost a cat a decade. That's you. You're the one who apparently ruined Beck's life and then threatened to sue her, all that kind of stuff. You're the one who did all that. If Jordy every 2 minutes makes a fat joke, I'm not seeing the comparison here.
You are fat phobic and you're fat shaming and your audience eggs it on.
Oh no.
What makes you any better than me? You're active.
Is that literally it? Is that I did all these bad things. Jordy makes fat jokes. What makes you think you're better than me? Like the everything that you've done.
Making fun of someone's weight, size, and body.
Yep.
For money. For monetization gain. But
For monetary gain, but fantastic fucking pop off, bro. Oh, this is really embarrassing. She sat here and she prepared for this. She's trying to act like this is the first time she's read these questions, but obviously she has prepared this little speech in her head. She's got out her reinforced soapbox and she's put it out. This is really fucking cringe. Imagine you going out and be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna fucking tell him off. And the best you have is you make fat jokes sometimes. That's really bad. That's genuinely, really, really, especially on terms of the internet as a whole. You made fat jokes is so tame. So tame. Even compared to jokes that I have made, those are tame.
I'm the bad person. I know you're gonna have a rebuttal. I know you're gonna manipulate your audience. But either way, if you were just reacting...
How is he manipulating the audience? It doesn't take a lot to say you're better than Amberlynn Reid. That's why it's cringe when people do it. Because that's why it's like a whole A-logging thing comes out. Because if you're coming out and constantly comparing yourself to Amber, I'm so much better than you. Oh, Amber, did you go to Disneyland this weekend? Oh, well, I did. If you're doing shit like that, that is actually cringe. Because Amber is so low in the pecking order that if you're trying to compare your life to her, it's like, would you not want to compare your life to a 5 out of 10 on the respectability normal person scale as opposed to 0.1? That's why it's cringe to be an A-log and to over compare yourself and over troll such a loser. That's pretty much it, bro.
Why is it okay to be fat phobic while doing so? Is that because that's all you have?
Because it's funny.
Because I'm not as shitty as you really thought I was, and my life isn't as dramatic as you...
I'm pretty sure. I don't religiously sit there and watch Jordy's live streams or anything like that, but I'm pretty sure he says more than fat every 2 minutes. He has an alarm set on his phone. It's 2 minutes has passed. You're fat. Look at how fat she's fat. Okay, no, set that alarm for 2 minutes. And it's, 2 minutes past. Sorry, I was just using my level 89 mage and Draknor, or whatever the fuck it is in World of Warcraft. Sorry, I gotta say fat. She's fat. Look at her fatness and fat. I'm pretty sure it's not like that. The way you're trying to manipulate your audience and your viewers, if there are any that also don't watch Jordy, I think that's quite a low possibility nowadays. Are you aware that they've also watched him and they probably realize he doesn't sit in silence for 2 minutes and then just scream fat?
You want it to be. So the only thing you have is like every other minute making.
I am sure his entire live stream reaction isn't just every 2 minutes shouting the word fat. She really makes it sound like, oh, I watched Jordy criticize me and he literally couldn't criticize me at all apart from screaming fat occasionally. Is she fucking insane? Genuinely, what?
Fun of my body and my weight and my size and my.
Also, just so you guys know, have you noticed that always her big dramatic question is always the last question? It's almost like she's trying to get people to watch the entire video before she does it. It's crazy.
Issues? That's pretty fucking pathetic if you ask me. And I think it's time you go outside.
Bro, you just designed an entire straw man and a fan fiction in your head so you can try and get a slam dunk on someone that you religiously watch. Calm down.
Get a little bit of sun. You're looking a little pale. All right, you guys. I enjoyed this one. I hope that you guys enjoyed. We have.
Cringe. See, here's about the acting lessons that I joked about earlier on when you're smiling, was talking about how your cat's dead or something like that because you're a fucking psychopath. Towards the end, you know, when you're trying to act all like, yeah, hair flick, yeah, I just owned him. Try and make that bit the believable bit as well, because when you try so fucking hard and failed so hard, trying to act smug afterwards is just kind of embarrassing. I guess that's gonna be it. Wow. Yeah, most of it was dog shit because it's Amber. Amber's Q&As are terrible. She writes all the questions herself, including that last one. That last one was like a little bit interesting because you know that she wrote it smirking the whole time when she then wrote her little script afterwards for her massive sick burn that she was going to deliver on to Jordy. And then she so badly missed the mark, and it's just like kind of embarrassing how badly she fucked it. But that's going to be it, guys. Have a good one. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.